This episode is proudly brought to you by MTN. Get local and international soccer news, fixtures, and exclusive content on MTN FC for only R5 per day. Dial *686*8050# to subscribe today. iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. Zimbabwe nil, Bafana nil in the World Cup qualifiers. Tukutuku Makhanya with us as always. One of the worst times really to follow South African football if you are young. When we were young, we followed the Bafana and they were winning African Cup of Nations. They were qualifying for World Cups. We probably are not going to qualify for this World Cup. The last one we qualified for was in 2002. In Korea and Japan. The game itself, Zimbabwe missing 13 players. They had to patch around their team. What do you make of the game?
Yeah, greetings to viewership.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, from the game itself, you can say, okay, we got a point. That's it. We got a point. Maybe I think we restructuring a phase. Or you call it building phase, whereby we're still experimenting. The coach is still trying to understand or know his players. So, of a game in GI. So, I mean, in terms of his structure, I was helping a structure because it looked like a well positioned teams in terms of his structure. You could see at least my positions, there were players there, so his structure it was good. So, but in terms of my personnel, the quality was anayo. That's where my argument is. Are these maybe the best players that we're having in the country? And if so, how to improve the situation? So it becomes a situation. Watched the way starting a corner, we had Omure now. At least he was. They tried to control him in terms of venturing forward. We had to Luther Singh in front of him. It's best no Onyeko Mobi. I don't know how does he find himself that side. Sinama left back Maninganje. Yeah. Then we had to links. Who I felt he offered us nothing, and centrally we had about Direk no Sianda, which it was a suspect in terms of lineup. In terms of are we really not going to concede? If you look at maybe lineup Zimbabwe, because of they posted a speedy forwards they had. Kama Pilat, they do Musona, they do Mash, but what I saw from the game, it lacked in terms of cohesion. Both teams, not from a South African team only, but both teams they lacked the cohesion. There was no passing, interpassing in between our players. There was no clear understanding what is it that we're trying to do. So it felt as if both teams bewagu experimental phase. You look at Zimbabwe, they had to field a depleted side. 13 players they couldn't come for like top quality players in terms of standard sabo, and I felt we could have maybe gotten something, but we never got something. For you look at maybe how maybe our key players being Utau, being Uluta Singh, and also okay, we also relied to Kumakopa, who I feel at some point he needs a bit of coaching over. He comes across Njalo. We are, I think his positional like receiving. He's always facing instead of facing the opposition goal. So sometimes it becomes difficult for you as a striker to connect my players and maybe try to score because of Manji all the time. And I felt he was blocking also my moves in terms of Utau. You tried we tried having Utau as a number 10, hoping between Umko and no they always maybe cover him and protect him, make sure at least he tries and conjure up something. But Maupega Utau he struggled with a lot of things. We have game time, equal sharpness being a see there, and also the cohesion because of there was nobody you could even link with because of it's about the teamwork. You need somebody who will combine, whom you will combine with, who an understanding. which is something that is why it lacked cohesion, it lacked interpassing, and also nama entries boxing they were not there. So na second half my pega Zimbabwe they opted for ama long balls, a direct route, hoping ukuthi bazothola maybe South African defense maybe flat, but to your surprise also they couldn't also now say anything because of now the quality that they have in their team it was not up to scratch.
Yeah, man. I mean the game was really not that good in terms of equality. You mentioned something interesting about building. And as a young coach, both of us are young coaches. And we are products of ISAFA through our certificates. Once upon a time we have Vision 2022. We are now in 2021. So are you admitting that we are rebuilding for maybe a new vision, 2030 or whatever they will call it?
It's a bit of a problem. Every time we're getting a coach, I think it's like they are buying time what we are building. So whenever somebody actually so building phase, I mean we've got our under 20s, we've got our under 23s who I think building process is supposed to be happening that side. Go national team is supposed to be selecting your best quality in the country and make sure at least there's a result. We're talking about the stages. If we are saying okay, the mandate maybe for a coach just make sure that we've got a team for 2023 or 20. Okay, then let's forget about so qualify. It means now we're still on a building phase and we're hoping maybe 2023 24 coaches I'm seeing an old man and he's being made to build once more. And what happened to the previous under 23 that recently played Guma Olympics? That's where at least maybe you can start maybe in the build. So it looks like the very same team we are building a team instead of maybe taking maybe your under 23s, maybe Ubayen's and maybe you're building a process. But this thing of building, I mean, these are World Cup qualifiers. You can't be telling me what you are building. Go stay so qualify for World Cup. Then it means even if maybe science your COSAFA, your maybe your Olympics, you under 20. That's why you are building phase. Not go senior national team. Senior national team to say that will make sure to start all result. It's all about qualifying. So it means we won't qualify for the next tournament. When you say you are building at least maybe going towards a tournament, there's a team that would maybe it will qualify to the tournament and use Leo team for a continuity. But it means you won't qualify for a World Cup. If ever you don't qualify for a World Cup, then it means about COSAFA, they meant nothing. They meant nothing. About under 23, they meant nothing. I feel what building phase. So we senior national team, you should select your best players that are ready to represent the country so that we get a result and make sure there's continuity. For you to partake in national team, I find the club level. I find at top level, you've got ample time to work on the team. Good national team, you've got it's cut to make sure the team ticks, and you need to also to find a best combination and know good magic. Okay, the player will select who will be able to replace him. Yeah, so it's all about you need to have your structures in place. Not to good magic. Yes, he's a new coach party. That's why whenever kufika lesikhathi ukuthi njalo uqale say maybe we didn't qualify for a certain tournament, then we fire the coach and restart again. My problem is I feel ukuthi from the system are not in place all the time. The systems are not in place and even chaotic for the coach that's stepping in also. Now okay, Vision 2023-2024 if it didn't qualify or so should you only building phase lay at your then the next coach has to continue building. So I think our system are not in place. We can all the time cities appeal. We could have maybe, I mean, if maybe it was something with maybe a short term, maybe a goals with maybe let's qualify, get somebody local who knows the players better, and maybe take the team maybe to give him a year or two, rather than bringing somebody who still has, I mean, that somebody, yes, he's got an experience, no doubt, but in terms of continuity, I mean, we could have maybe gotten maybe a coach, your local coach who understand our players better. But building also comes also na social factors that are involved in gaming. You need to understand the kind of players that you are bringing. You need to understand what type of players do you have at your disposal, mentality, how do you think, the language, you understand? So, but we keep all the time building. I mean, it's appeal. Like you dismantle. So let's get on a system better and make sure there's continuity. We'll be building up until
there you go. Point taken. Very good point as well, Uguti. We are continuously building. And we're not necessarily building. We are firing coaches under the guise of building, and then the next coach needs to build again, and then we have to fire them again. Anyways, that was Bafana against Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe was there for the taking because they didn't have their strong players, but we didn't take them. So we go to Ghana then on Monday. We shall find out who we will be able to take them. Last time they were here with the lesser team, a third string team. They gave us a run for our money. We didn't qualify for AFCON 2022. iDiskiTV, iDiski Times, World Sports Betting. Thank you very much for watching us.